First tonight, they're the teenagers whose lives were devastated by the injuries they suffered in a roller coaster crash at Alton Towers. Now Leah Washington and Joe Pugh's plan to go on a cruise after recovering from their ordeal has sparked a storm after a national newspaper claims St Peter Port Harbour was unable to welcome disabled visitors ashore. Leah had a leg amputated, while Joe sustained 2 shattered knees after 2 carriages of the Smiler ride they were on collided in June.
Guernsey is one of just a few ports in Europe that doesn't have a cruise liner berth. Instead, passengers come ashore by tender. But today, Guernsey harbours say the pair will be made to feel very welcome when they visit, as will all islanders with a disability. Tamara Timothy has the full story.
Leah Washington's life was changed forever in the Alton Towers roller coaster crash. The now 18-year-old nearly died and had to have her left leg amputated above the knee. But despite the challenges she now faces, she's determined to rebuild her life.
If I would just sit around the house all day, I think I'd think about it too much, think about accident and think about life ahead, and I don't want to do that yet, I'm not ready.
Alongside her is her boyfriend Joe Pugh, who was also badly injured in the accident. And as they start to look to the future together, they're hoping a holiday will help, but they're concerned that will come with its own obstacles. A recent Daily Mail newspaper article reported that the couple are taking a cruise which will stop in St Peter Port, and they described the port here in Guernsey as not being wheelchair accessible, meaning that Leah would need to stay on the boat while others went off and explored the island. But authorities here say that's not quite the case, and while they admit that there are challenges in getting disabled passengers ashore, they say it can be and is done.
We are a small number of tender ports in Europe, and therefore there is the issue of getting people from the vessel onto the tender. But once the tender gets into St Peter Port, and particularly with our new dedicated facility at the Albert Pier, we're very easily and well equipped to accommodate them and bring them ashore.
Reece-Sheerin is a disability campaigner who is working with the Guernsey Disability Alliance on their Access for All scheme. He says lots is being done in the island to help disabled people, but knows the current arrangements at the harbour can pose problems.
As you can probably see behind me, we've got a high tide at the moment, so the ramp, relatively speaking, for someone like me who's physically very active, it's a doddle, it's really, really easy. However, when we get low tides, and people need to remember that we have anything up to nearly 11-metre tides here, it becomes a major, major challenge.
Andre is just one of those offering to give Leah and Joe a tour of the island when they arrive, in the hope they find Guernsey more welcoming than they expect. Tamara Timothy, ITV News, St Peter Port Harbour.